let's talk about sex. We all know that men and women have different priorities for what they're looking for in a relationship. While sex is important to women, it's usually not as important as it is to men. Because of this, a question that men often hear during the early stages of dating is, do you only want sex? Now let's be clear here, it's not really a legit question. It usually has a shaming tone to it, as if wanting sex is somehow superficial, disgusting, or insulting to the woman. Now correct me if I'm wrong here, but from a woman's perspective, you want to be valued for more than just sex. You want to be seen for your personality, right? A man can get sex from any woman, and you don't want to feel like you're just another woman. So when you say, do you only want sex? Subconsciously, this is your way of punishing the men for only wanting you for sex, and you don't want to be seen as a sex object. Now, there is nothing wrong with this sentiment. However, there are a couple things here that might be misunderstood. My goal for this video is to help the 25% of females in my audience to understand this concept so that you can have more fulfilling relationships. Here we go. First, understand the essence of a romantic relationship. Here's an analogy that we can all relate to. We all have jobs, right? The one thing that differentiates a professional relationship from all other relationships is money. Sure, you can be passionate about your job, but you can get passion somewhere else. Your job can be meaningful, but again, you can get meanings somewhere else. For most people, a professional relationship is the only relationship where they receive money. So it makes sense to prioritize money when considering a job. And just like a professional relationship where money is the defining feature, in a romantic relationship, sex is the defining feature. We all know that sex is important to men, and a romantic relationship is the one socially acceptable place where men can get it. Because where else are they going to get it? So it makes a lot of sense to prioritize sex when considering a romantic relationship. Are they attractive? Do we have chemistry? How often are we having sex? Now you might say, but Ben, that's really shallow. It sounds like the only thing you care about is sex and money. No, those are not the only things to care about. Those are just the most important things to care about. Sure, there are other factors like caring, understanding, values, emotional support, but you can get that from a friend or a family member. Most people are not going to get sex outside of a romantic relationship. And I don't care what other reasons you have for going to work. If you're not getting paid, I don't think you're going to show up Monday morning. So when you're complaining that the man you're in a relationship with is only interested in sex, that's like the CEO of Starbucks complaining that their customers only seem to want coffee. Well, we also have bagels, croissants, sandwiches, and salad. How come nobody wants to buy my salad? Well, it's a fucking coffee shop. That's why people want coffee. They can get salad somewhere else. You see, it doesn't make sense that you might feel put off by a man's sexual interest, especially if you're already in a relationship with him. Can you imagine the barista at Starbucks condescendingly asking people, so you only want coffee? Is that it? It is not a good idea to shame your customers for wanting the things that you advertise. If they didn't want coffee, they wouldn't come to a coffee shop. Here's my second point, and this is going to be a tough pill to swallow for some women. But if you don't want to be seen as a sex object, you need to offer more than just sex. When you're in a relationship with a man, be funnier than him and make him laugh. Be smarter than him and teach him something that he doesn't already know. Be more charming than him and make him feel something. Be kind and offer emotional support. If all of that is too much, then take initiative. Ask him out on a date, pay for dinner, plan a trip. That way he doesn't have to be responsible for every single detail. I know you don't want to hear this, but it's actually your responsibility to demonstrate that you have more to offer than just sex. But if you're not funny, you're not smart, you're not charming, you're not kind and supportive, you don't take initiative, then what else is on the menu? That is an honest question. And here's a kicker. You might think that you're funny, smart, and charming and everything else, but are you funny, smart, and charming with respect to the man that you're dating? Not just any man, the man that you're dating. The reality of it is that the higher the value of the man that you're dating, the more difficult it is for you to offer anything positive. For example, if he's really smart, it's going to be difficult to tell him something that he doesn't already know. If he makes significantly more money than you, it's going to be difficult to pay for the bills at places that he likes to go. If he's really funny and charming, it's going to be difficult for you to impress him, and he probably has to do the entertaining for the both of you. So it's actually easier for you to be seen as more than just sex if you lower your standards and date lower status men. Wait, what was that? Oh, you don't want to date those guys? Well, there you go. You either develop those skills and virtues relative to the men that you're dating, or you have to make peace with the fact that when people go to a coffee shop, they want coffee. Really think about it. If you want coffee, where do you go? If your man wants sex, where do you want him to go? You or someone else? Something to think about. If you like this video, I got another one I want you to watch. It's about why inequality is the foundation of all relationships. That might sound counterintuitive, but I promise you it's not. Check out this video here. Until next time, stay curious.